Nice to see you.
Thank you very much for being here. Are you actually a little nervous?
I am so
I
glad.
have nothing to be nervous about. Why would you be nervous?
Well, because you've been ripping on me for, 7 years.
Welcome back to Hollywood Bulletin. Stay with us till the end because this is one of the most heartbreaking yet powerful stories you will ever hear. At 54, Lisa Marie Presley finally opened up about the darkest corners of her life, and what she revealed shocked the world. After her beloved son ended his life, she couldn't let go, so she kept his body on dry ice for 2 whole months. Yet even that wasn't the most jaw-dropping part of her confession. She admitted she had once taken up to 80 opioid pills a day and mixed them with cocaine just to stay functional. Her addiction nearly took her life multiple times, with seizures, heart failure, and comas becoming part of her reality. All of it traced back to a pain that started when she was just a child. Born on February 1, 1968 in Memphis, Tennessee, Lisa Marie Presley entered the world as the only daughter of music legend Elvis Presley and Priscilla Presley. From the moment she was born, fame followed her like a shadow. She didn't just inherit money, she inherited an entire legacy. After Elvis died in 1977, Lisa became the sole heir to Graceland, and by 25, she controlled an estate worth over $100 million. But behind the glamorous legacy was a childhood full of confusion, pressure, and devastating loss. She spent her early years at Graceland, where Elvis showered her with love, attention, and late-night ice cream runs. But when she was just 4, her parents separated, and the fairy tale crumbled. The media turned her family into a spectacle, and Lisa Marie began living between 2 worlds, in Los Angeles with her mother and in Memphis with her father. Surrounded by celebrities in one life and Southern traditions in the other, she became lost in the shuffle of 2 identities, 2 homes, and 2 broken parents. Unsure of where she truly belonged, she found solace in music, especially Elvis's softer songs and artists like Elton John and David Cassidy. Their music became her emotional sanctuary, but nothing could prepare her for what came next. On August 16, 1977, 9-year-old Lisa Marie walked into her father's bathroom and found him collapsed, face down, lifeless. The bathroom had always been off limits, but that morning she crossed the threshold and entered a nightmare. Chaos erupted as paramedics rushed in, and she was physically restrained as Elvis was carried away. She never saw his face again and described it as a small mercy. But the pain never left her. She had written poems with lines like, "I hope my daddy doesn't die," because even as a child, she knew something was terribly wrong. After his death, Lisa Marie didn't immediately receive the fortune. It was placed in a trust until she turned 25. By then, her grandfather and great-grandmother had also passed, leaving her the only living heir. When she finally inherited the estate in 1993, it was worth $100 million. But the money did nothing to fill the void left by Elvis's death. She admitted feeling completely alone and disconnected from her mother, saying, "He's dead, and now I'm stuck with her." And with that, her childhood ended. In high school, Lisa Marie felt even more detached, and by 16 or 17, she dropped out completely, calling it the start of her self-destructive spiral. She drowned herself in punk rock and drugs, locked in a cycle of rebellion and sadness. At just 14, she began dating a 23-year-old man who betrayed her by taking inappropriate photos and selling them. The humiliation and pain pushed her to overdose on 20 Valium pills. Her cry for help finally made those around her realize how deeply she was suffering. At 17, Priscilla sent her to Scientology's Celebrity Center, where instead of traditional rehab, she was given structure, peer mentorship, and responsibilities. She spent her first few days high and locked away, but when asked to mentor another teen, something clicked. She found purpose, and by 18 she officially joined Scientology, crediting it with saving her. Though the church demanded secrecy and control, and she stayed loyal until 2013 when she finally left, calling it manipulative. In her memoir, Lisa Marie revealed another devastating truth. When she was just 10 years old,
Priscilla's boyfriend, Michael Edwards, began sexually abusing her. The abuse lasted for years, and when Lisa finally told her mother and showed bruises as proof, the response was tragically weak. Edwards made excuses, and Priscilla allowed him to apologize, in an awkward encounter that made Lisa Marie feel even more alone and blamed. Edwards' abuse left lasting scars, both physically and mentally, and his presence in her childhood home turned it into a place of nightmares. By age 20, Lisa Marie married Danny Keough, a bass player she met through Scientology. Their wedding was quiet and private. Not even Priscilla attended. They had 2 children, Riley in 1989 and Benjamin in 1992. During this period, Lisa began writing songs but kept them hidden, afraid of being judged because of her famous last name. The marriage lasted 6 years, and even after their divorce, Danny remained close to her, supporting her music and personal growth. In May 1994, just 3 weeks after her divorce, she married Michael Jackson in secret. The world was stunned when the news broke months later. Many speculated it was a move to clean up Michael's image during his child abuse scandal. But Lisa said their bond was real, though intense and complicated. She claimed he told her he was a virgin and only kissed Tatum O'Neal. Their relationship quickly grew emotional, but pressures tore them apart, and they divorced in August 1996 after 20 months. She later described the marriage as both real and exhausting. In 2003, Lisa released her debut album, To Whom Concern, shocking critics with raw, personal lyrics and emotional depth. It debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200 and quickly went gold. Her single Lights Out tackled mortality and fame and resonated deeply with audiences, especially in the UK. Her song Savior, co-written with Billy Corgan, showcased a haunting fusion of rock and pain that proved she wasn't just Elvis's daughter, she was a real artist. In 2005, her second album, Now What, debuted at number 9 and featured a bold cover of Don Henley's Dirty Laundry, a direct hit on the media's obsession with her family. In 2002, she briefly married Nicolas Cage, an Elvis fan, but the fiery marriage lasted only 108 days. In 2006, she married Michael Lockwood and had twins Harper and Finley in 2008. But after a cesarean, she was prescribed opioids and quickly became addicted. Her daily intake eventually reached 80 pills, mixed with cocaine to stay awake. It was a vicious cycle. She checked into rehab multiple times, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, but the withdrawals were brutal. Her daughter Riley said doctors never truly grasped how bad it was. Lisa Marie suffered seizures, heart failure, and comas becoming part of her reality. All of it traced back to a pain that started when she was just a child. In 2012, she released her final album, Storm and Grace, a raw, stripped-back collection that critics praised as her best work. But her personal life kept falling apart. The marriage ended in a messy divorce, and by 2020, after the suicide of her son Benjamin, Lisa Marie's world collapsed. Benjamin looked like Elvis and battled his own demons. After his death, Lisa kept his body on dry ice in her guest house for 2 whole months, visiting and talking to him daily, even opening the coffin to replicate his tattoos with a tattoo artist. In 2022, she underwent a hysterectomy after severe infections and never fully recovered. On January 12, 2023, she collapsed at home and was rushed to the hospital, where she died from a bowel obstruction caused by scar tissue from surgery. Her daughter Riley said her mother didn't just die from complications, she died of a broken heart. Lisa Marie Presley's life was filled with fame, tragedy, addiction, resilience, and moments of raw truth. And though her journey was full of storms, her voice, both in music and in spirit, will never be forgotten. So if this story moved you, don't forget to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to Hollywood Bulletin and press the bell icon so you never miss a story that matters.